Buonasera a tutti. Dear students, parents, relatives, Mayor of Misano Adriatico, I am once again so honored to be here today on the occasion of this prize-giving ceremony. I am honored, first of all, because at just this time last year, I stood on this platform as another group of students competed for awards in translation. So indeed, I am very happy to be back at the Institute again this year. But I am also happy and honored to be here because this year marks the 16th anniversary of my first visit to the Institute in 1997 to take part in a translation program here in Misano. So you can imagine the joy I have when I return to Misano each year. Misano, our beloved second home for my wife Mary and myself. But now I must talk to you, students, about this very brave and courageous and adventurous action you have taken when you and several hundred other students agreed to sacrifice some of your precious time to prepare for a competition and then to actually show up for the competition despite the anxieties and concerns you must have felt. So indeed, I congratulate you in the first instance for your courage and adventurous spirit and dedication to language learning and translation competition. And now I want to tell you a little secret about language learning and translation. This is a little secret, actually several secrets, that I want to reveal to you now, but they are secrets that you will not fully understand, at least not now. For it is a secret whose contents will gradually reveal themselves to your understanding as you acquire more language skill and translation competence. Actually, the secret involves many secrets, all of which are related. First of all, I want you to know that learning a language and acquiring an ability to translate from that language or into that language is like opening a magical door and entering into a new and exciting and sometimes very mysterious world. Now, once you open that door of language and translation, you of course find some very ordinary and expected things. You find, for example, that you can speak to people from other cultures. You discover new books to read, new music to appreciate, new films to attend. You may discover a career in international companies. You may find that you are serving as a literary translator or a conference interpreter. In other words, you may discover how large the world is and how grand it is, and how to be a citizen of that world, contributing to its economic and human development. But now I'm going to tell you some of the secrets that you will find behind that door. Secrets you will not fully understand just now, but one day you will. And the reason that I can tell you these secrets is that just now, at this very moment, some of the world's most prestigious translators and translation scholars are meeting here in Misano in this very institute, just as we speak. I have the privilege of attending those meetings. Now, of course, You must promise not to tell them that I am telling you their secrets. I know about these secrets because I have been a language learner and translator for more than 50 years. And here is the first secret. I am only a beginner, just as you are a beginner. Of course, I have been a beginner longer than you have, and that is the first secret. You are always a beginner in the matter of language and translation. And now I tell you another secret. You became a language learner and translator the very day you were born. How do I know that? I know that because your first experience of language and translation was gender. You could tell the difference between your mother and your father from the very first day you were born. What you do not fully understand, but one day you will understand, is that gender and translation always go together, and you will meet them in many formats. And now I tell you another secret. Language and translation is never only about words and sentences and dictionaries and grammar books. One day you will come to understand that the texts you translate go far beyond words. Those texts include our gestures, our clothing, our food, our emotions, our memories, our imaginations. You do not yet understand fully this secret, but you will understand it one day. And now I tell you another secret. If you choose to become a lifelong language learner and translator, say, beginning here at the Institute, you will become a mediator between cultures, even a culture creator. You will stand in a sacred space between two cultures. You will, in fact, become a culture yourself. Let me give you a little story. A Bible translator went to Yunnan province in China. She was working with one of the cultural minorities in China. One day, the Bible translator told the village elder to translate the phrase, Lamb of God, into the local language. The elder said to the Bible translator, I have a question. You must answer the question before we can tell you what Lamb of God means in our language. Yes, please, ask your question, said the Bible translator. So the elder asked, please, madam, tell me, how old is the lamb? The translator was very surprised. Why do you need to know how old the lamb is? Well, the elder replied, we don't have a word in our language for lamb, but we do have a word in our language for baby lamb, 1-year-old lamb, 2-year-old lamb, 3-year-old lamb. So the Bible translator made a decision. The lamb is 1 year old. In making that translation decision, the Bible translator and village elder created a tiny bit of new culture in Yunnan province in China. And now another secret. How do you know whether your translation is a good translation? In this phase of your language learning, you probably have heard that a good translation is accurate or faithful to its source text. But as you gather more experience as a translator, you will discover that the success of a translation is measured in many ways. Some of those ways measure similarity and difference, or loyalty, or adequacy, or acceptability. Or in some case, the success of a translation means you get paid by your client. These ways of measuring success may seem strange now, but one day you will fully understand. And now a final secret, one that is perhaps the most difficult of all. Words don't have meaning. Meaning has words. And meaning lives in our minds, not in our dictionaries or grammars. Of course, we need dictionaries and grammars when we begin to learn a language at school. But think back, when you learned your first language as a child, you did not need a dictionary. Your mother gave you a glass of a white liquid and told you it was leche. You filed that experience in your mind so that the experience of such a white glass liquid called up the word leche. Why is this important to know? It is important for you to know this because neuroscientists and cognitive scientists around the world are busy creating and researching the mental maps that our minds create to store experience and prepare for those experiences to be expressed in words and colors and gestures. And so let me conclude by congratulating the prize winners, but also all the participants. You have begun one of the most exciting journeys that humankind can make, language learning and translation. And I hope now that the little secrets we share will help you along the way. Congratulations and thank you very much.